So let's play that game that we were talking about earlier, where we were talking about some certainty that you disrupted with negative thought until it was less certain and it became like a probable or possible or finally unlikely or impossible. So let's start with the impossible and let's see if we can move it the other way. So what's the subject?
Manifesting
finances,
money.
Manifesting money. So does it feel impossible? Does it feel unlikely?
No.
Well, and what's the matter with you?
It's the bridge from where I am now to where I want to go.
Is it a great big bridge?
Yes.
Do you not have any food at home? Oh, not that big? Do you have starving children in your basement?
It's a big bridge, if you will.
But what we're reaching for is how big is it and what can you do about it? In other words, speak it how it feels. It doesn't feel impossible. Does it feel unlikely? Or are you not even talking about the subject itself and you're in the blame mode of why it's not happening? Who are you blaming for this?
Myself, ultimately.
Ultimately, yes, but why? Why are you blaming yourself rather than just doing something about it? Because you don't know what to do about it. We're giving you something to do about it here. We're telling you that instead of blaming, try to find something. I'm pretty good at what I do. And when I make my mind up, I picked up a job, you said. I picked up a job. I can attract things that are what I like. For example, what jobs have you picked up that made you feel glad?
That make me feel glad?
That felt better?
Well, I like the creative realm. I like music, and that's been a challenge because of my fear around it.
But now you're doing the anti what we're asking you to do. We're trying to get you to go that way, and you're going that way. And you don't mean to. You just got this habit of facing reality, a reality that sucks, by the way.
Correct.
So much that you don't want anybody to feel like that. So we're just playfully encouraging you. You see, you don't believe us, and it's all right because words don't teach. So we get it. It's strange that we offer so many words, but we understand why. Because if you believed that you could just change a few words and engender a little different feeling, you'd do it. But you don't believe it. So you're standing in an opinion that this does not work. And so since it doesn't work, I'm not going to play your stupid game, Abraham. Now we dramatize that just a little bit, but not very much. It does work. But you got to do it, and we're not letting you out of this chair. We don't mean that. You can go now if you want to. Want to go? Want to go?
Whatever you want. I like you. I can sit here all day.
Wait. Not whatever we want. Whatever you want.
I'm fine here.
What do you want? You want her to stay? Stay! So, where were we? You were explaining something that didn't feel good, and we were asking you if you could just put a lighter touch on it.
Yes.
Go for it.
Are you saying go for it for my question?
We're saying take the subject of your question and speak it in a better feeling way. In a less what is way and a more what I would prefer way.
What I would prefer.
I want, or I like, or it feels good when, or I'm good at, or I like to see that. You did it with puppies and
my dogs. I love being creative. I love lifting up other people and being myself, and I love being myself when I'm uplifted. When I'm uplifted, and I like to uplift others when I'm also uplifted. And I would like a nice, big, beautiful home. That's all mine. That's what I would like. Yeah. Right now, we just want you to figure out how to feel better, because that leads to that, leads to that, leads to that, leads to that. And a lot of people say, I just want to stay right where I am in my misery and get a big, beautiful home, and then I'll feel better. That really is what most people want. And Abraham, I think you should be able to help me make that bridge. And we say we would like to, but the law of attraction won't allow it, because you can't make that big of a jump. One day we were visiting with a person who wanted to sell their home. And it had been on the market for months, and it wasn't selling. And he was very discouraged about it. And we said, well, why are you wanting a new house? And he said, this house is too small for us. Our family has grown too much. Opposite thought. It's worn out. It's not where we want it to be. And we said,
Well, talk to us about how you felt when you found that house to begin with. And he said, our family was young. Our kids were little. We didn't have all of them then. It was just the perfect house for us. And we said, tell us more. And he said, well, it was just right. And we moved in. He could still remember how happy they were that day. We didn't have much furniture, but what we had, we made work, and it was really comfortable. And every weekend we'd go with the kids and we'd buy another plant to plant in the yard. And so that was just sort of our weekend thing. And as he was describing that, we said, you see, what advertisement are you sending out to the world? Come and buy this sucky home that's too little and worn out? Or come and buy this place that may very well be perfect for your family that you can grow in and have a wonderful time? What's the advertisement that you're sending? And he wrote to the office 2 weeks later. The house sold after months of it not selling because he focused upon what people are looking for, not what he was tired of, you see. And so it's the same sort of thing. You have to speak in ways, because you're not trying to impress other people. They're not your point of attraction. You're not trying to fix the past. You have no power in the past. What you're wanting to do is right here in the now, activate in your bag of marbles things that will take you toward what you want. That's a really clear and accurate description of what to do. We can feel you feel it. So now proceed that way. Speak to us about what it is that you do want, and be as specific as you can be without challenging yourself, without it making you mad and making you want to defend yourself. Just speak about it in a way that feels happy and easy and good to you.
I want to leave my highest mark. I want to be my best, highest self.
Feel what you're doing. It's like you're going boom way up there. You can't go boom way up there when you've been someplace else. So take it easy. Take it easy. Jerry always said, as he taught financial improvement to people, that's what he did for years before he knew us. Put your basket out far enough that you believe you can hit it, but not so far that you can't. And so speak to us from where you are, not from where you think we all think you should be. Speak to us from where you are. Just a little bit ago, you were speaking very differently than that. And we're not trying to get you to go back there, but wanting you to start closer to where you are and just reach gradually so that it's real. Because if you try to jump too far, it backfires every single time.
That's right then. So right now what I would like is to have enough money to get my own place.
All right, that's a pretty big jump. So
is that still a big jump?
It's all right. Is there a logical way for you to do that right now?
Not that I foresee.
Then it's a pretty big jump. So talk to us about why you like the place you're in. What is it about the place you're in? Now, we're going to speak a phrase to you because this is the key for you. You're looking for easy to find, existing matches that match what you're ultimately looking for. Can you feel the power in that? If you can find real things that you really mean that match where you're going and what you're looking for, that's the bridge that you're looking for. Easy to find, existing matches to the more prosperous life that you want. What are they?
Dare I say counting my blessing? Like, that's the only way that I can.
That's general, but
okay.
We're asking you to tell us about some of those blessings. That's exactly what this process is. Tell us, what are the blessings that you're already counting?
I do live in a big, beautiful house. It's not my big, beautiful house, but I want to this summer sit outside under the trees, listen to the bird chirps.
But do you feel how you keep putting distance between you? I like sitting outside, and I've attracted this big, beautiful house. I must be doing something right. I'm sitting here and enjoying it. Does that feel any better to you? Or are you so embarrassed that you're in somebody else's house that you can't stand it? None of you are going to take any of these houses with you, so you might as well feel all of you as squatters or renters anyway. Because none of it's going with you. It's all just what you're experiencing now. And what does it matter how it got there? It got there. That's a blessing worth counting. What else?
I'm alive. I'm with you, listening to you. I have the wisdom, and we grow with our wisdom. So
yeah, you got picked out of a big crowd. You were shocked. You didn't believe it. But here you are.
Thank you.
Because like you said, you do represent some of the insecurity that people feel. There isn't anybody that doesn't understand. That's why this is such a good conversation for us to have, because you are where you are, and where you are is what you're getting. You are where you are, and where you are is what you feel, and what you feel is what you get. So if where you are feels uncomfortable, then you can't get past uncomfortable. So you have to find a way to feel a little more comfortable. What are some other easy existing matches, which is another way of counting your existing blessings. See, it doesn't come easy because you haven't been doing it. But after a while, somebody will ask you that and you'll just rattle them right off. The sun comes up every morning and I don't have to do anything about that. The earth spins in its orbit in perfect proximity. Did you know the rain keeps falling and moving around? And do you know there's not bringing any new seeds into this planet, and yet we keep having food that is growing and growing and growing? Now that sounds ridiculous, but these are blessings that are existing matches that you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about any of it. It's all working for you. All you have to do is let it. You don't usually lay in bed at night and think, what if the sun doesn't come up tomorrow? Is there a group I could join to make sure that it does? Esther has a friend who years ago moved to Colorado into a place that was surrounded by national forest. And she called Esther and she said, there are so many things to worry about here. I had to give a lot of them up. And this is what we're saying. You got to give up the things that you're using to block, literally block the inspiration and the good ideas and the impulses and the timing from what you want. And you're stubborn. You are. We recognize it in you because we see it in so many of you. You're so stubborn. You hate where you are and feel like you should defend it anyway. And we're saying we wouldn't defend it. We wouldn't badmouth it either, but we would see it as temporary. I'm temporarily here on my way to. So give us some more. We're not going to let you go. We'll let you do whatever you want. But we would like to hear more from you rather than you just nodding to what we say.
I have an able body, and yesterday I went to the park with my dogs, and it felt good to just have the sunlight and just have my body moving.
Really good. Really good. Really good.
My parents are still alive. I'm grateful for that, even though.
Now,
my dad's
anytime the word parents is in the picture, this comes next. Yeah. Because they are a mixed bag. And you know why they're a mixed bag? Because we're talking about the entire population of the planet relative to parents. You've been desperate for independence and seeking stability. You're afraid to let them go. You don't want to be insecure, but you want to be independent. Well, how's that working out for you? They birthed you. That was the end of their responsibility. They gave you an avenue in, splat, here you are. Now let them go. And be your own point of attraction. Yeah.
You want me to continue?
Yeah.
I've always had a joy within me, no matter how bad things are.
We're just going to ask you to speak really present tense.
Okay, present tense.
I have a joy.
I have a joy within me that I can tap into. And I know that when I do that, I help others.
I recognize when I'm tuned in, tapped in, turned on.
Yes, I recognize when I'm tapped into.
And I know when I'm not.
Yes.
So what we're asking you is for some of those phrases that from where you were, you're already there, but keep going. I'm good at this. I'm good at a lot of things. I'm better at some things than others, but I've given some things more thought than others. I have lots of successes that I could point to. Life's really good for me. We're going to give you something, then we're going to ask more from you. You are a really strong focuser, and that's really going to serve you well. Until you get in alignment with what you want, however, it doesn't serve you well. A strong focuser is someone who can take any subject and debate either side of the issue. You're really good at that. And so what you do is you debate the side of the issue of what you want a little less than you debate the side of the issue of where you are. That's not uncommon, but because you're so good with words and so good with thoughts, and because you're tired of other people domineering you, you stick stubbornly to your point. And damn it, I'm going to be right, even if I'm messing up my life with my being right about it. That's kind of where you're at, you see. So you want to be right about the things that feel good and less care about being right about the things that aren't working for you. And we've shown you several of those as you've been talking with us here today, that you would not in a million years thought they were part of the reason for why you're not moving forward the way you want to, and yet there they are. And every one of them you had an emotional response as you were giving it to us, yes?
Yes.
You feel lighter and better already right now.
I do, thank
so
you.
just tell us about some of the things that you're anticipating or looking forward to moving in the direction of.
My mind's going on 100 things. I love this season. I don't know if that's the avenue you want me to talk about. I love this season. I love the summer. And I love that I still have time to figure it out. And I still have time to work, and I'm going to enjoy the process of learning how to manifest what I want in my life.